Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to install Visual Studio Express 2013 Desktop Edition. It'll basically, what's going to cover today is how to install it on Windows 8.1 operating system. It should be straightforward to go. There's multiple places where you might get it. I know on the Microsoft Spark Store they have it free for students. So if you have one of those, you can go ahead and get it there. Otherwise, you can head on over to visualstudio.com and you can get a trial going until you figure out what you're going to do for that. So once you have it downloaded, we'll go ahead and get it installed in here. So go ahead and double click the executable file and run. Alright, so it's going to take about 4 gigs to install total, so make sure you have that much room on whatever you're installing it on. You'll be able to choose right here where you're installing it, so if you want an external hard drive or whatnot. Make sure you agree to the license and privacy policy, and it's up to you if you want to do the improvement program. And then go ahead and hit install. So at this point, it's basically going to go through everything for you. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward, but know that Visual Studio has requirements and prerequisite software that it should get for you through the acquiring stage, what it's doing right now, but not everything is 100% when it comes to fetching these things for you. So if you run into an error, your best option is just Google the error, like whatever the error is, plus Visual Studio. You'll more than likely find some help there. Otherwise, go ahead and feel free to leave a comment in the area below, and we'll try to get back to you on how to get your issue resolved. So this should just take a few minutes. I'll take this time to let you guys know that I will be putting a link in the description for where you can go ahead and get this download. But basically, you go to visualstudios.com, click on downloads at the top, and you get to here. We're going to use Visual Studio Express. Visual Studio Express 2013 for Windows Desktop is the one I would recommend you use. I didn't get too many requirements from the instructor on which one to use other than any Express version 2013. 2013 would be the best. So the Windows Desktop version it looks here, it will be able to enable the creation of desktop apps in C# and C++, which is what you guys will be doing. So I shouldn't see any issue. When you do click on it, make sure I would highly recommend, unless you're going to burn this to a disk, do the top one here, the kind of one that looks like a globe going to your internet browser. Hit install now there. It'll ask you to sign in with a Microsoft account, so if you don't already have one, then go ahead and sign up for one when it asks. As you see, it needs to download a lot of prerequisite software, which is where things are going to get a little iffy. Running the errors, maybe saying that you don't have this or it couldn't find that or something like that. A big way to help in preparation to this is, I would say, probably doing all of your Windows updates ahead of time, just to make sure you're not going to run into any compatibility issues. As you can see, this can be a pretty lengthy process depending on what you've already have installed. I think the biggest thing is going to be MySQL, stuff like that, just because that's a huge installation as is. So we'll just give it a few more minutes here. I'm not going to fast forward through any of this, just to make sure you guys can see what's going on when I do my installation, how long it normally takes. And it looks like the setup was successful. So if you run into any errors at this point, I would highly recommend you write those errors down, and like I said, either bring it to one of the tutors or put a comment in the below this video to go ahead and figure out and get a solution to your problem. So go ahead and click launch after that. So this is where you can sign into your Visual Studio. What that does is it'll sync your settings between devices. So let's say, I don't know if the computers at school haven't, but if you change some settings and whatnot, you figure out you like, I don't know, certain settings a specific way on your computer, you could sign in with your Visual Studio account at school and it would synchronize those settings. So right now, I'll say not now, maybe later. And now it's going to prepare for the first use. So this is going to basically create some project directories on your computer. It's going to go ahead and make sure everything's working just fine. This should only take a few minutes. And as you see, it doesn't take a whole lot. So now you have your Microsoft Visual Studio Express 2013 for Windows Desktop, which is exactly where you should be. You should be able to create a new project and you'll get all this good stuff here. Just make sure you have Visual C++ and you'll be good to go. So other than that, that's pretty much the installation of Express 2013. Again, check the description below to go ahead and find the download link for this specific software. And if you have any questions, like I said, post in the comments below. Have a good one.